Put your hand over your heart. Where's your hand? Where is your hand now that you put it over your heart? Is it in the middle of your chest? Or is it in the left side of your chest? Well, thanks to Byron Preston on YouTube, who studies all the different places that our organs have shifted, I watched with great interest, and I find this to be perhaps the strangest Mandela effect of them all, that our heart has shifted from the left side of our chest over towards the center of our chest. And other organs have shifted too. We're going to be discussing the stomach in this video as well. Before I can show you a video from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, there's a lot of kids that are researching the Mandela effect, and this is for them. This scene you're about to see where this guy rips this heart out of this guy's body is so fake. You can tell by the lays here. This one's a single layer of orange, and this is double layers of orange, and this is the real actors, and this is just claymation, stop motion photography. It's completely 100% fake. I don't want any kids to freak out when I show that, but when you do see that video, you're going to see that the high priest puts his hand, like here, over his heart before he rips it out of his body. He puts it directly over where our hearts used to be on the left. Where is our heart? If you could cut us open, where is our heart? And today our heart is situated not here, slightly left. I guess this would almost be slightly left, rather than where it used to be, right here. And when did this happen? How did this happen? Your guess is as good as mine. This is where our heart is located today. And this slim, good body type of guy is showing us where the heart is today, when it used to be over here. And I'm going to show you a lot of reality residue showing you that that's where our heart used to be. And I'm just going to put a disclaimer here. For as many pictures as I can show you, there are pictures showing you the center of the heart as well. This is the Sacred Heart in Catholicism. It represents Jesus' love for everybody from his heart in Catholicism. Growing up my whole life, I've always thought this type of imagery was strange to me whenever I saw it, because the heart's in the center of the body. And for that reason, it always looked odd. But today, this looks normal. That's kind of where our heart is. It's over here a little bit more. But why did I think this looks odd, that their hearts are in the center of their body? Because our hearts were over here, and this looked odd to me my whole life, that it was in the center, but now it is in the center. Our hearts are in the center of our body now. And this is a good t-shirt to show you. The liver has grown the size of a football, and it stretches over our entire chest. The stomach, instead of evolution working and gravity working and our stomach being right here, you know, over 100,000 years in the evolution of man, as we continually drop food down our throats, do you think it's going to go under our rib cage over here? No, gravity pulled our stomach right down into our belly. That's where it used to be. And if you just eat food and try to concentrate and figure out, where's that food going? Is it going down into my belly where my stomach used to be? Or is it sliding over to the left where my heart used to be? And when I eat food or drink a cold glass of water or milk, when I drink, it's now all my food's going right under my heart. It doesn't go down to my stomach anymore, and we'll be talking about that a little bit later. This poor kid was shot in the heart. He's a Palestinian. He was shot by Jews right in the heart. Now, it should be right here. If he was shot in the heart, it should be right here. And as you can see, it's over there in the left side of our chest. Even this cartoon gets it right. The left side of our chest. Where do doctors listen to our hearts when we go to the doctor's office? The left side of our chest is where they always put their stethoscopes. This guy lets his daughter check his heart on the left side of his chest. Left side of his chest. Left side of his chest. And like I said, there's pictures showing doctors with stethoscopes on the where our hearts are now. But I've found plenty of these pictures. This one's just funny. These guys are all listening to his belly. Even a dummy knows where our hearts used to be. They're listening for the heart in all these pictures. Left side of the chest, that's right where it used to be. How many do I have to show you before you realize our hearts used to be in the left side of our chest? Everyone, look at a doctor listening to a patient's heart with binaural stethoscope. Look where he is. This is as far over as you can go without slipping off his body. Is he right here, where our hearts are now? In this area? No. It's where it used to be, in the left side of our chest. He knows where it is. He knows where his heart is. It's not here, or it is now. Today, this man's heart is right here. But when this picture was taken, his heart was right here. All of our hearts have shifted to the center of our chest at some point. And you might ask, well, maybe he's listening to his lungs over there. No, a doctor listens to the lungs in the rear part of their bodies. And our lungs have changed too. Our lungs are up here now. They used to be down closer to our waist. Now they're up like angel wings, I call them. Our lungs are like angel wings. They're up here. But this is where you listen to lungs. You don't listen in the front to lungs because the lungs are in our backs. You wouldn't listen to the front part of our body and go through 6 inches of flesh to hear your lungs. These are all pictures of doctors listening to lungs. Even a cartoon, she's listening to the lungs. Right, what about a heart attack? What does artwork look like when someone has a heart attack? Where do they grab? Left side of our chest. Left side. Oh, my heart attack. Look at this. Perfect, right there. That's where your pain would come from. Look at this. Left side of your chest is where our hearts used to be. And all these pictures, they're grabbing the left side of their chest, not the front. Not the front center. No. Grabbing right where our heart used to be. It's proof. Heart attack. These are all pictures of people having, artwork of people having heart attacks. Ooh. Look at where he's grabbing. Left side of his chest. Not here. Where it is today. Look at all of them. Oh, this guy's heart attack. Why wouldn't this be right here? Because this is reality residue. It's showing our past reality. And these are, where do you put your hand over your heart during the national anthem or whenever country you might be from? You don't put it over the center of your chest. You put it over where your heart used to be. But from now on, when you do the Pledge of Allegiance, you have to put your hand here, because that's where your heart is. So don't forget during these political and sporting events and whatnot, you make sure you put your hand here over your heart from now on. So that's where it is today. This is the X-ray, and I went to look for X-rays of hearts, and they're all in the center now. You can't find X-rays of the hearts over here anymore. But that's where our hearts are today. You shouldn't be able to find them over here, but we do have evidence. And look at, someone put artwork. These are all artwork of our heart. Here's our heart today, but this is where they wanted it. They want it in the old place, whoever did this art. This guy wants it in the old place. And look, he's saying, I want my heart to move from here down over to here. I'm going to just smear my chest till it does that. Well, guess what? You got your wish. That's where your heart is now. Way off center, way to the left. All these pictures of artwork. Because this sweatshirt's very accurate as to where our heart used to be. And now, today, our hearts are here. And our stomachs are right here. Our stomachs are right here, under our rib cage, partially. Instead of gravity, our old gravity stomachs and evolution stomachs that used to be down here, from gravity pushing weight down our guts. Our stomachs are up here now, and I said, just eat something. I stuffed a whole Twinkie in my mouth and swallowed it all, and whoop, it went right down under where my heart used to be. That's where it feels. And then I drank some milk and washed it down further into my heart. It doesn't go down to our belly anymore. Our stomachs don't go down there anymore. They just don't. Our body's changed. Look at this cartoon pulled the heart right out of where it used to be. He didn't pull it out of the center. Oh. You know, all these pieces of artwork show our hearts where they used to be. She drew it on her hand and put it over where it used to be. Where my heart used to be. I thought that was pretty funny. And this cartoon is right. That is where your heart used to be, and now it's right here. I like Alanis Morissette. I really like her voice. Look at another cartoon pulling it out of our old place. This book, where they put the heart. Even this quick cartoon. Yeah, if you go straight down, he's holding this straight down. The heart would be over here. The heart would be over here. Think with your mind and not your pistol. That's a Wyclef Jean line. All these art. Look at why. Why would they put the heart here instead of right here, where it is? Because this is reality residue. That's where it is today, except for a little more over to the left. Look at over to the left, not here. She put her heart to the left where it used to be, not here. Same here. I don't know what that is, but I had to put it in my video. Alright, now we go to Leonardo da Vinci. And of course he lived during the Renaissance. He is an artist, mathematician, war planner. He was the smartest man in the world back then. And his chief rival was the artist Michelangelo. Well, Leonardo da Vinci would go, it was illegal to do experiments on dead bodies and study dead bodies. Well, da Vinci would pay these morgue people, and he'd go in the cover of night and he'd go and dissect these bodies so he could study them. And you can see he studied the heart in great detail. And today our hearts here, Da Vinci's drawings show our heart a little bit closer to where they used to be. And this is the artist, I don't know who Julien Boulet was, but this is credited to him, and you can see he put our heart where it used to be in this old drawing. Our stomachs, our stomachs used to be right here, and now gravity has shifted it up. Shifted it up under our ribs? No. Gravity and evolution brought our stomach down here, from us standing upright, and gravity and food in our belly all the time. It was right here. More of Da Vinci's hearts. And the Operation the Wacky Doctors game. Here's your card. May I play? The heart's right here. And today, look at the stomach here. This is down where our stomach used to be in this diagram. It's not tucked under our rib cage up here, but our heart's in the wrong place for where it used to be. And this target, I noticed, was slightly off-center to the left. And the old Operation game, look where they put his heart. Where it used to be. And today it's here. This is where your heart is today. And your stomach's right here. This is an old anatomy type drawing. I don't know what year this was. 1400s, 1500s. Look where they put the heart. And this looks like it might be maybe an engraving, a wood engraving. I can't really be sure what this is, but maybe it's just because he looks like he's made out of wood. I want to be a real boy. And look where they put the heart. And this is Da Vinci's drawing. You can see our hearts over in the left side of our chest. It's not here. And you can see he knew his bodies. He dissected these bodies. And in the video I'll show you with Indiana Jones, when he rips out the guy's heart, which is here, he has to go in right here under the rib cage. He has to go under the rib cage. He can't go through this rib cage. He has to go under it. And so that's where you see him putting his hand into the guy's body. But when he puts it in, we know he put his hand here over his heart. But like I said, it's going to look lower and more in the middle because that's where you have to go. I don't care what organ you want to pull out from here, you're going to have to go in right here. So that's what you're going to see in that video. And that's Da Vinci and his heart. Okay. What's this? This is the sources are the American Heart Association, WebMD, Centers for Disease Control. What did they do? Look at where his heart is. You know, this is very detailed and a lot of information from all these different sources. Look where they put his heart. It's over in the left side of his chest, where it used to be. It's not here. It's not right here, where it is today. It's over where it used to be. And that's where our stomach is now. Can you imagine gravity? You know, we're going to take a turn here. Yeah, we're just going to hang out here. No. Gravity pulled our stomachs down here. And evolution. This is Da Vinci again. How did he make our stomach? How did he dissect and draw our stomach back hundreds of years ago? Straight down. That's what our stomach used to be. And the Mandela effect didn't it didn't mess with Da Vinci's drawings, thank God. Because he shows us how our stomach used to be, straight down, gravity over time, and us standing upright made that stomach that way. So now today, when you get full, and you can do this, you're going to get stuffed right in this area of your body. And I did it tonight. I ate and ate and ate, and guess where I got stuffed? Right here. So from now on in your life, seeing your stomach move, this is where you're going to get full. It's not going to be down near your belt line anymore. Look at this. Gulp. How do I stop this? I don't want to eat anymore. My belly. Blah, blah, blah. This is where your stomach used to be, and this cartoon proves it. It's not up here. They don't ever getting big and fat up here. Never getting fat down there. Look at this guy. He unbuckled his belt because his stomach was busting it out, because our stomach used to be right here. Now that it's up here, now listen to me. You'll never have to unbuckle your belt again after a large meal. Trust me on this. I've done studies on this with myself. Your stomach and all your fatness sticks up in the center of your belly now, because our stomachs have shifted. They've shifted from down here to up here. You'll never have to unbuckle your belt after a big meal anymore, because I haven't had to do it after some big meals. I tried to stuff myself like this. You know, you go to a Chinese buffet or something, and this is how I feel afterwards, but, oh, you just can't stuff yourself anymore that way, or I can't. And here you go. Oh, I'm so full from that Chinese food. I'm going to unbuckle my belt. You don't have to do that anymore. All your fullness stays up here. It doesn't get fat down here anymore when you eat. But here's proof that it used to. That's because our stomachs used to be around this area. Oh, I'm bloated. What is indigestion and bloating? How do they represent? He should be putting his hands up here if he's bloated and indigestion. I do not know what's going on here. But, yeah, that's our stomachs there. Hunger tantrums. Where's she holding? Right here. She should be holding up here if she's having hunger tantrums. Because today, when my stomach started growling around 11 a.m., that's where it started going brrr, right up in here instead of down here. It's very strange. Oh, where's your stomach, honey? And there's another drawing. And that's closer, that's not even what it is today. It's more at an angle. But here's indigestion. There's your stomach. There's your stomach. There's your stomach. That's where it used to be. Not here. And this is a good drawing. That's our old stomach. That's how it used to be. Straight down. Except for lower. Boom. They don't have it coming up to here now. Stomach. Another Da Vinci drawing, straight down. Doesn't curve over. And here's a good drawing of a stomach, except for it's going the wrong direction. That's where it used to be. Look at it. Yep. Oh, you bet. That's where it used to be. It's not up here. Doesn't go. Just proof and evidence that it used to be that way. Look at this woman. Yep. Straight down into your gut. And when she gets full, she'll have to loosen her belt. That's where it used to be. Look at where they put it. This diagram. Why would they put it there when it's right here? Why would they do that? The stomach's here now. Could have changed. And now it's here. It's behind our rib cage. And look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 of these ribs cover our stomach now. Stomach. All 5 of these ribs cover it. They're protecting it. Instead of it being here. Remember a belly shot, gut shot? Where's that? When you someone gets a gut shot from a gun. It's right here. What about shot through the heart? Cowboy westerns, everything. Where? Right here. And so I guess we'll go into the Indiana Jones video now. So here is the rip your heart out scene from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And you'll see the high priest here with the horns on his hat come up and rip this guy's heart out of his body. But before he does, he takes his hand and he reaches it up and points it towards his idol or his god, and he brings it down. He puts it right over this guy's heart. And you'll see that happen right here. You were about to be sacrificed. And coming up here, he looks up to his god, puts his hand up to it, and he's like, I'm about to rip this guy's heart out. Where is his heart? Where is his heart? Where is it located? Oh, on the left side of his chest. And there's the fakey stop motion animation. And he has to go into the rib cage to grab that heart out of the left side of his chest. But that's in fact where he went, under the rib cage and up to the left. And you saw it because, you go back, he put his hand right over his heart. Not in the center of his chest. He put it right over his heart. That's where I'm going to grab. Whatever I'm putting my hand right over. The left side of your chest, where your heart's located. Or your hearts used to be located there. So that's the Indiana Jones scene, and that's a giant piece of reality residue showing you that the producers and creators behind that movie, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, thought, well, when he brings his hand down, put it right over his heart, because that's what you're going to be grabbing. And back then, our hearts were located in our left chest. And today, they're right towards the center, a little off to the left.
If you're a fucking atheist, I don't recommend opening up the abyss, all right? I just don't recommend that shit. At minimum, it's bad mojo, right? But, yeah, pretty fucking profound shit, wouldn't you think? I wanted to get this out, man. because this is, you know, like I said, somebody just today was saying, boy, I wish we had some proof about this Mandela effect shit. Well, well, here you go. Here's a guy with CERN, working for CERN, and he's got Nelson Mandela around his fucking neck. What more do you need? Now, like I said, as far as I know, the video that has his picture in it came out before all this Mandela effect shit took off, if I understand correctly. I could be wrong on that, but I think it did. And if that's the case, then there's no doubt they knew what the fuck they were doing before they did it, which makes it even more sinister, which makes it even more vile, which makes it even more disgusting. But even if that's not the case, he's still making fun of a very serious topic, a topic that has destroyed people's families, a topic that has killed some people, brought some people back to life. How many times are they going to kill this motherfucker? You know? But I mean, you know, it's this kind of crap. It's this kind of crap. You know? And if this guy knew about that, if the people working at CERN knew what they were doing, knew that they would tear apart people's families, knew that they would kill people and raise people from the dead and then just to kill them again, if they knew that they were going to change the land masses of Earth, if they knew that they were going to change books, movies, videos, TV shows, if they knew all that shit in advance and they did it anyway, what does that make them? What does that make them, folks? You know? I mean, think about that for a minute. If these motherfuckers knew in advance what they were doing and they did it anyway, that's unforgivable. I'm sorry, it's unforgivable. It's unforgivable. Well, take a looky right here. But take a look at this picture, guys. Isn't this interesting? All right, you got a guy saying we're happy at CERN, and he's got two signs around his neck. The first sign says Bond 1. And then the second sign, you'll notice, says Mandela. Now, if I understand correctly, this video was made before the Mandela effect shit was even discussed, if I understand correctly. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on it. But I believe that's the case. Now, you say, well, we got the Mandela part, but what's the Bond 1 part? Well, it just so happens that the first name of the first James Bond, or the last name of the first James Bond was Nelson. Okay, so the two signs together make Nelson Mandela. The first Bond's real name was Nelson. I can't remember if it was his first name or last name. I think it was his last name. But anyway, the two signs together make Nelson Mandela. So these son of a bitches at CERN knew exactly what the fuck they were doing in advance of when they done it. Isn't that a crock of shit? Now you say, well, Bond, it could be that maybe the video came after all this Mandela effect shit and they're just making fun. Well, that still makes him an asshole. That still makes him an asshole. Okay, so either way I fucking win. Either they knew in advance they were going to do this shit, or they're making fun of this shit after the fact. You know, when we now know that families have been ripped apart, land masses have been changed, books, movies, videotapes, even the Bible has been changed. You know, and these motherfuckers are laughing about it. These motherfuckers are making jokes about it. These motherfuckers are happy about it. No, I'm sorry. At minimum, he's a fucking asshole. At minimum. All right, so this is a crock of shit. But I wanted to get this out, and like I said, hat tip to the other old earthers out there. You know who you are. You know, those of us that know the Mandela effect isn't us having a brain aneurysm or some shit.
For many of us out there that are awakened to the truth, we know the reality of things, whether it be Bible verses that have been changed, or whether it's been movie catchphrases that we all grew up on. These are things that have been ingrained into our culture here as Americans and also worldwide. And things from Star Wars or Forrest Gump, the Berenstain Bears, just a plethora of different things out there that have been turned upside down. And it's not so much the issue of a movie or a song or a TV show or a theme song or a movie quote. That's not the issue. The issue is that we're not crazy. We're not crazy. We know what's going on. We know the truth. We know the truth of the Word of God. We know the truth when it comes to TV shows, movies, entertainment that we grew up on. Everybody knows that for Star Wars, it's Luke, I am your father, not no, I am your father. Forrest Gump, everybody knows the reality that life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, right? But yet, the doggone devil wants you to believe that no, you're crazy. Life was like a box of chocolates. And you know what? By the power of the Holy Spirit, I feel I've been afforded the opportunity to go ahead and expose the truth, the reality of things, the way I see it. The devil, the enemy, CERN, the elite, the Illuminati, the Luciferians, the Satanists, these folks that are out there, dabbling in witchcraft and whatever the hell else they're up to, in regards to this great deception. I don't know what the hell they're up to, but I know this: the truth shall always be revealed. You can deceive, you could try to, pull the wool over people's eyes. You could try to do mass delusionment. But you know what? The truth will always prevail. And today, I have a perfect example for you. So right now, I have listed up here, we have Forrest Gump. Everybody's seen this scene. And this is actually filmed in one of my favorite places in America, which is Savannah, Georgia. Beautiful place. So, most everyone remembers this scene with Forrest Gump sitting on this bench talking about life is like a box of chocolates, right? Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. Well, with the Mandela effect, let's go ahead and play. Let's see what's going on here. Take a look.
Hello. My name's Forrest Gump. You want a chocolate? I could eat about 1.5 million of these. My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Life was like a box of chocolates. That is a doggone lie. That is an absolute doggone lie. Let's play that again.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
So, let's delve a little bit deeper in this. Let's look at the movie. Let's find out, what did his mama actually say?
What's the matter, Mama?
I'm dying, Forrest. Come on in, sit down over here.
Why are you dying, Mama?
It's my time. It's just my time. Oh, now. Don't you be afraid, sweetheart. Death is just a part of life. Something we're all destined to do. I didn't know it, but I was destined to be your mama. I did the best I could.
You did good, Mom.
Well, I happen to believe you make your own destiny. You have to do the best with what God gave you.
What's my destiny, Mom?
You're gonna have to figure that out for yourself. Life is a box of chocolates, Forrest. You never know what you're gonna get.
Mama always had a way of explaining things so I could understand them.
I will miss you, Forrest.
All right, so right there, the amazing scene right there with Sally Field and Tom Hanks. His mama says, life is a box of chocolates. Now, I'm going to try to contain myself because I'm so angry right now. I'm so frustrated. This Mandela effect and the deception that's taking place, and that there's many that think we're all crazy. They just straight think we're stone cold crazy. And we're not crazy. We know the truth. And praise be to God, I found some evidence. I found some truth. And I'll play that next. I'll try to be quiet and let it play out till the end. And well, let's just go take a look and see. So we can see the evidence that, look, his mom actually said life is, right? And now we're going to see the real, true, iconic scene. This is behind the scene footage that I was able to find on the internet, on YouTube. Actually, I didn't find it on YouTube. I believe I found this off of like a Daily Motion or something like that, possibly. But I will provide the link below, and let's roll it.
Hey, dummy! Are you retarded or just plain stupid? Look, I'm Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest! Run away! Hurry!
Forrest Gump starts as a boy, and then he grows to a man who's someone who grew up in the Deep South. And he's limited, in a way, by having a very low IQ. But he's a very decent man. And that's what he is as a character.
Would you like a chocolate?
Oh, thank you.
I found the book Forrest Gump in 1985. And I fell in love with it. I read the first line. And the first line of the book is, being an idiot ain't no box of chocolates.
My mom always said that life is like a box of chocolates.
Wait a minute. So, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? You know, maybe I'm mistaken. Because that's the scene right there, right here, that myself, along with millions of others, heard and remember. Right here. Let's play that again. We're going to play this a couple times. Let's do it.
Life is like a box of chocolate. Said that life is like a box of chocolate. My mom always said that life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
So right there, y'all, I'm done. It's just it angers me. It's too much. I got more videos planned. Please share the word. Share these videos. Share these links. Make your own videos. Get the word out about the Mandela effect, because it is real. This is proof and evidence right here, right now, that something's going on. Millions upon millions of us remember seeing Forrest Gump and the iconic line, life is like a box of chocolates. But yet it's as though our reality got flipped upside down. But you know, praise be to God, He allowed me to be able to find this evidence, this proof, and provide it to the world to see. So please, share this video, make your own videos, and let's get the word out about the truth behind the Mandela effect.
I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go.
That's all, folks.